Okay, so welcome to my video demonstration about how to put brakes in our dimension lines and our extension lines. And so anytime that we have a line like this leader that crosses over extension lines, then we want to put brakes in those points so that we split up that dimension so that we can tell where one stops and one starts again. Okay, so AutoCAD gives us a command to do this, and we're going to talk about this in depth. But if you go over on the Annotate tab on your ribbon, you can click on Break. You can select the dimension that you want to break, and it's got an auto feature which works okay. We're going to talk more about that. But if we just use the auto feature just by hitting Enter, you can see that it breaks it over extension lines, and it breaks it over this extension line, but it also breaks it over the object line. And so that's the issue that we have, is we do not want to break over object lines, but we want to break over other objects. Okay, so that's what we're going to take a look at today. So let me just undo that. And then we're starting off from that figure that we had with some minor changes. So if you want to go ahead and finish drawing this figure, the changes are in this notch. I made this notch a little shorter. So go ahead and modify yours so that it matches this, and go ahead and put those dimensions in, and we're going to get some practice using the dimension break command. So I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. Okay, so hopefully you already have that updated. You've got this figure drawn and you've got it dimensioned. So we're going to start taking a look at this dimension break command. So again, go to Annotate, click on Break. You'll see down here on the bottom, you can do one at a time, or you can do multiple. So if you clicked on multiple, then you could select a whole series of extension lines and then hit Enter after you're done selecting them. And then you have the option here only to do an automatic break or to remove breaks. So if we do auto, you'll see that it broke each one of those dimension lines anywhere where it crossed an extension line, but it also did it crossing over the object line. Okay, so we're going to take a look at how to keep it from doing that to our object line. So I'm just going to go ahead and undo what I had just done. And so we can do that. This may not be the best method. It's a method that I found that works. If you find another method that works better, please share that with me. What I'm going to do is just erase my object line in this case. And so I'm just going to delete it for now, and then I'm going to go to my break command. I'm going to do multiple, and so I want to break, let's say, these two, because those two cross over at my dimension line here, and do the same thing down here. I want to break these two where it crosses over here. So if I hit enter again, it does it automatically. So that puts breaks in exactly where I need them, only when they cross dimensions. And then after I get that done, I can go back and I can redraw that line in. Okay, so that may or may not be the fastest method, but it's definitely one method that you could go about doing. Okay, another method is if we come over here and look at this other side. Now say this time we're going to break our leader line instead. And so when you choose which dimension, whether you're going to break this leader or if you're going to break these extension lines, it's really just a judgment call on your part. Me personally, I prefer to break leaders rather than extension lines, but it's just whatever's going to look best on your drawing. So one option for this one is just to go through the manual option. I'm going to go ahead and do Annotate, and I'm going to break this. So go ahead and do Break, select that leader line, and I'm just going to do Auto for now, so just go ahead and hit Enter. And so it put my breaks in where I need them. And now I'm just going to draw a line specifying those points. So what I'm going to do is, after I get these points marked, I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to undo my breaks, and then I'll put them back in just where I need them. And again, I'm just doing this so that we can go through how the manual break option works in case you ever find it to be an easier way to go. Okay, so I've got them in there. Now if I come up to dimension break again, I click on that line on my leader, I can come down here and now I can remove. When you click on remove, it's going to remove all breaks for that dimension. So I click on remove, all my breaks are gone. Now if I click on dimension break again, click on my leader that I want to add a break to, now I can do manual. So go ahead and click on manual, and my first break point, let's say my first break point is going to be at that intersection. My second break point is going to be at that endpoint, and it broke in that section for me. And then I can hit enter to rerun that command and do the same thing. Come down here after I've selected my leader, come down, click on manual, come back up, select my intersection there, select my endpoint there, and now I can just delete my lines on out of there, and my dimension break should be in the right spot. I obviously missed where I clicked down here, that I must have clicked at the wrong spot to get that broke. But that's how to use the automatic option of the dimension break, as well as the manual, as well as the remove. So go ahead and try that a few more times on this drawing, get a good feel for it, and now you can start using that on all of your drawings that you do in these classes, anytime where you have dimensions that are crossing. Okay. That's it for now.